and welcome back to the Driven by Daniel YouTube channel. I'm Daniel, and today we're going to be going over our last race from this past weekend. We still got one more on the season, but this weekend's race was a little bit of weird, a little bit of a mix of emotions. We had a really high, really low, pretty controversial area, you know, but overall an interesting race, an interesting day, and let's hop straight into it. All right, so hopping straight into our heat race here. We were starting P5 for our heat race. We were supposed to be last, but we got P5. And we took off and got a pretty good start. Got past the two cars that were anywhere near us there. You see that 12 cars smoking a bit, but we weren't too worried. At this point, the track was very slippery. They just put a lot of water on it. But to me, it felt pretty good. I was able to keep the car under control and was able to drive it exactly how I wanted to. And it felt really good, and it felt pretty fast. I was told that it looked like I was the only one out there in control of my car, and that's always a good thing to hear when you are racing and everything. All right, so by halfway through lap 2, we have cleared the whole field from 5th to 1st, and from here it's just lapping around. We didn't really have any aggressiveness, any moves, or anything like that. We just made it through our race and ended up taking the checkered. So obviously happy with the result of our heat race. Always winning a heat race is a good thing. And we were able to get another sticker to add to our little collection of stickers there. But yeah, so good heat race. I was liking the track. I liked the way the car was feeling. It was slower than normal because of how wet the track was, because they had just dumped some water on it. But overall, it really was not bad, and I was honestly very happy with the track. It seemed like everybody else was struggling a bit and did not like the track at all and thought it was awful. But I guess I just adapted pretty quickly and was pretty happy with it overall. So going into our heat race here, we ended up starting P5 again. Not sure how with the way, they flipped it or whatever. I'm not sure how we ended up starting the same spot that we started in the previous one. Especially after winning the heat race, you'd think you'd get a little bit of a helping hand there, or a better starting spot, or whatever. It seems like our track is, doing it a little weird here and there, but it is what it is. We'll make it work, and let's hop straight into that feature. All right, hopping straight into our heat race here. Like I said, we were starting P5 again from the back row. Kind of confusing how it worked out, but it is what it is. Coming to the green here, we were trying to get a really good start. I really wanted to make up as many positions as I could, just going into the first corner even, hoping I could cut down on the bottom. Like I see a try here, and I get by that 15 and that 27 car there on the bottom, and just stick it to the bottom, don't wash up at all, and just start trying to catch those two cars in front of me. And this was the story for quite a few laps. I don't know if something was wrong with my car, or if the track wasn't suited well, or if I just wasn't sure how to drive it or anything, but it did not feel like there was any topside in my car for this race, which is weird because normally that's where I'm running. I'm skipping ahead here though. This is many laps later where I'm still trying to chase these people down, and we have a lap car of the 27, and that 2 gets really squirrely there, and then the 16 tries to go high around him, gets a little bit of the wall, loses control, and slides up. Now that was a little bit of a caution, but then going back green here, I chose outside in the Delaware restart, and I really wanted to get a good start here. I wasn't sure if like the clean air or something was really helping tonight, but I really wanted to get a good start here, and I didn't, to be honest. I really did not get a very good start, but I tried to take it all the way out to the wall as fast as I could, dive down into the corner a little bit. That 2 car gets really sideways in the corner, scrubs up a bit, but I gain a little bit there, and then it's just trying to chase him around again. I'm not sure why there was no top end or top side in my car this week. It felt really weird. I gained a bunch on him there though, and then I'm just trying to look for an opening, trying to look and wait for that mistake and try to capitalize on it, because at this point there's not a ton of laps left in the race, and I am wanting to win, obviously. I've won all but one race at the track so far, so Obviously there's a lot in there. I almost get by his door here, and then he scrubs up a bit, and I look at the bottom. He closes the door though, so I go back to the top to try to keep as much speed as I can going into turn one. We get a really good run through the top side versus his run on the bottom there. We're about side by side going into turn one here. I take it high. He scrubs up really badly. I dive really low, and he comes down into me a little bit. And then going into turn three, the two car decides that he doesn't need brakes and uses my rear quarter panel as his brakes. Now, I know my move was a little bit aggressive, but last lap of the race, what are you going to do? It's warranted being more aggressive on the last lap of the race, I think especially. But I think I did capitalize on a mistake there, and I filled the hole he left. There's been people saying that was just a good pass, a clean pass. There's been people saying that it was dirty and I pushed him completely out of the way. In my eyes, I just filled the hole. He opened up the hole for me, so I slid into it, and he tried to close the door, but I was already there. And then going into turn three, I don't really understand why he decided to just go. Like I said, I think it's fair to be more aggressive on the last lap, but I think driving straight through somebody is completely different from just being aggressive. I think there was intent there, and in my eyes, there's no reason to be doing something like that. No reason to be putting yourself or others at risk. But it is what it is. We come away with a solid P2. Sad that we haven't won every race at our track since we wrecked in the first week now, but it is what it is. We'll come back. We'll be better next time for our finale on the season. But this race weekday, we did get another chance to race. So our track is doing a Warrior division, which is kind of a run what you brung division. Not really any rules, but they wanted to see how the compacts were going to run with them. Obviously, this is a little bit sketchy, especially if you are brand new and everything like I am, because these are big V8 powered muscle cars. They're heavy. They got steel bumpers. And my little plastic bumper Cavalier, I mean, there's a cage, and that's about it. A lot of variables could go bad. A lot of variables could go good. But I ended up trying it anyway. Why not see what happens and see what I can do? So let's hop straight into that Warrior race. So starting this Warrior race, I was starting in P6 on the outside, right where I like to be. You guys know I like the outside. And I was looking to see how well this car was going to do. I wasn't sure, but we get a very, very good start. Get around the 2 rows in front of me, and we're chasing down that 9 car up in front. But there was a caution. They wrecked, so we had to go back to the original starting positions. And in my head, I'm like, I got to do it again. Got to do it again because they lost it, and I barely squeezed by, but I got to do it again. So we start, and what do? The exact same thing. Get around both those rows, and I'm chasing down that 9 car, that red car. I'm driving with a little bit more passion here because of what happened in my compact race. But it also felt like my car was just running a lot better. You can see here through the top, and you can hear actually that I am not lifting as much as I was in our heat race. At least it didn't feel like it. The top felt really good and really fast in this car during this race, and I was just gone. It felt like. At this point, I know I cleared that 9 car. I thought I saw him down to my peripherals a little bit, but then I knew I had cleared him. So I was just lapping, hit my marks every lap, do everything I can to make sure that I keep this position, because I'm thinking that there's no way I'm beating these, big V8 muscle cars, and I am just able to go ahead and already lap a car within 3 laps of the race starting, 4 laps. But so I am just, head down, grinding, getting my laps, hitting my marks, and the car felt great. We did cut down a tire in our heat race or our feature race during that incident. So we had to change the tire real quick and put some gas in it. And that's all we did to the car. So I don't know if it was a mental thing. I don't know if it was an attitude thing or if the track changed that much, but I really don't think it did. And we're already coming up on another lap car being one of the other Warrior cars, and it felt like I was flying. It felt amazing. All right, so skipping ahead a little bit in the race here, I'm still just lapping and keeping my cool. I lapped the 77 car and the 03 car. I think at this point it was 2 times each, or maybe even 3 times. And you can see in that top left of my windshield area, you can see the other 3 cars, that 9 car and the 2 other compacts that were racing with us. And I was able to take the checker, and within a few more laps, I'm pretty sure I would have been able to catch them. It's weird to me because that 2 car that had driven straight through us in our feature was in that group, and we still almost caught up to them. And that's how this week in racing did for me. You know, like I said, it was a very high winning that Warrior race and coming back from what we had experienced at the end of our feature race. And it felt really good. It felt really good to go out there and just kick some butt, you know, and to almost catch back up to the car that had dumped us. And I mean, the rest of the field. I mean, a 5 more laps and I would have had them definitely. And it it just felt so good in the moment afterwards because it was like after the whole thing that happened in our feature race to come back out and put on a performance like that felt amazing. Um, and it added to our collection a new trophy. And as you can see, it is the largest one here, and it is actually for the Warrior division, if you see that right there, um, which is cool because, I mean, all of our other trophies are in the compact division, obviously, because that's what I run. But it's cool to have a trophy from another division, and to be able to go out and kick some butt after what had happened to us earlier in our feature. But I'm gonna leave it there. I will see you guys all soon. I'll have a few more videos coming out between now and our next race. Um, I'm gonna have a summer recap coming out soon, because I had a summer for the ages, one I'll remember for the rest of my life. So I will have all that stuff out soon. I'm gonna keep the content coming. It seems like you guys are enjoying it, so I want to give you guys as much content as you can possibly enjoy. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We got 1 race left in the season. I'm the championship leader by 6 points, I believe, right now. So, I mean, we're hoping for a good final race. All right. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.